The views and opinions expressed in this content are that of a continuously evolving nature and are subject to change as humanity evolves into higher states of awareness.
Just fancied a different angle, and what I'm thinking about today is that a lot of things just don't matter anymore. If somebody goes out, say, and buys a new car, that car is their pride and joy. They think about that car constantly. But in a few years, when they grow out of that car, when the novelty wears off and they sell that car doesn't matter anymore. When somebody wakes up in the morning, hungry, they might go out, they might grab some food, they'll eat the food, and then an hour later they're not hungry anymore, so the thought of being hungry doesn't matter anymore. Somebody might go and buy some new trainers. That's all that's on the mind, going out, buying the new trainers. A year down the line, they've wore the trainers, they look very scruffy, they'll throw the trainers in the bin, so the trainers don't matter anymore. You might buy a house, you might decorate the house with your current taste. You'll spend months and months doing this. A few years later, your tastes change. You don't like the house anymore, so it doesn't matter anymore. You might choose to put like a big exhaust on your car because you think it sounds good, like I did when I was younger, and then eventually you grow out of that boy racer mentality, and then you sell the car because the exhaust and the sound doesn't matter anymore. You might be scared of the news, you might watch the news at the moment, you might wear a mask because you're scared of the coronavirus, but in a few years' time that won't matter anymore. Every story that's on the news, in a few years' time, that won't matter anymore. So we're constantly in kind of a flow of change, and the law of change is the only law you can rely on because it works constantly. Everything's constantly changing. And the reason things don't matter anymore is because they literally don't matter anymore, because when one thing goes, another thing comes. This is why it's so important to not kind of focus on the past, because whatever's happened in the past doesn't matter anymore, because when change comes, it comes to eradicate the past and bring something better. You could try so hard to get a job, and eventually you'll work so hard and you'll get the job. You'll get chosen out of many, many people, and that job is everything to you. But a few years down the line, you might outgrow that job, or the company might close, and then that job doesn't matter anymore. But what happens is a new job will come in its place, and you'll realise that that job was better than the old job, so the old job definitely won't matter anymore. So focus on the past is focus on things that don't matter anymore, because there only ever is the now. You see, and if you focus on the now and you don't think about the past or the future, the same things are going to happen as what would have happened anyway, because the past doesn't matter anymore. Okay, and everything that comes based on your current state of awareness matches that state of awareness that you're in. So if you're worrying about something bad that's going to happen in the future, or reminiscing on something bad that's happened in the past, that's going to create that reality and then that reality is going to come true. But even though that does come true, the past doesn't matter anymore. What you were thinking doesn't matter anymore, because it didn't happen anyway. So the law of change is the only thing we can rely on here, and the present moment is the only thing that is in the now. But there is a couple of things that always matter, and that is love and evolution. Because love and evolution always matter, because they're always in a constant state of flow. They never devolve. Okay, you can never devolve, you can only evolve. Once you love, once you choose love, you can never unlove, because it's a choice to choose love. So if you choose love in the present moment, you don't need to think about the past. You don't need to focus on the future, because everything that comes in the future will be based on the love that you give. And there's one phrase that I want to end this video with, guys, and that is, you are the love you leave behind. Think about that, guys. Contemplate that. If we don't contemplate, we'll never realize these things. Have a nice day, guys.